Hi, I'm Juliet Grayson. This is part 4 in a 5-part series on subtle but corrosive relationship patterns. This started with number 33 and it will finish with number 38. This one is number 37. When you start to disappear, the quiet cost of self-abandonment. This piece comes from the same clinical work that shaped the early reflections. By the time we had named nitpicking, defensiveness, and the fog of negativity that hung over the relationship, something else became painfully clear. One partner was not coping with these patterns. They were slowly disappearing inside themselves. Self-abandonment rarely announces itself loudly. It develops quietly as a series of small adjustments, made in the hope of keeping things steady. You speak less. You ask for less. You smooth your edges. You become very good at accommodating. You soften your needs. You tell yourself it's not worth attention. You anticipate and manage while losing touch with what you actually feel you want. Often this begins as a reasonable response. When nitpicking is frequent, it's easier to do things their way. When defensiveness meets your concerns, it can seem kinder to stay silent. When negativity colours everything, you may stop offering yourself altogether because it hurts too much to have your intentions mistrusted. None of this happens because you're weak. It happens because you're trying to preserve the connection. The cost, however, is high. Over time, many people describe a dulling of vitality. Joy becomes muted, desire retreats. You may struggle to answer simple questions like, what do I want? What matters to me here? Resentment will often build quietly alongside guilt for feeling it at all. You may even begin to believe that your needs are unreasonable, excessive, or inconvenient. This is one of the most painful paradoxes I see in therapy. The more one partner adapts to keep the relationship functioning, the less room there is for the relationship to be alive. The more one partner adapts to keep the relationship functioning, the less room there is for the relationship to be alive. What looks like harmony on the surface is often the absence of one person's full presence underneath. Reversing self-abandonment doesn't start with confrontation. It starts with turning back towards yourself, noticing where you've gone quiet, where you've learnt to minimise, where you've stopped trusting your own signals. This isn't about suddenly demanding a change from the other person. This is about gently reclaiming your inner ground. Small acts matter. Letting yourself have preferences again, speaking one's truth instead of swallowing it, even when you know this will not be welcomed. Allowing your disappointment to be named, at least internally. Reconnecting with people, activities, and parts of yourself that remind you who you are outside of the relationship. If the earlier pieces in this series describe the patterns that weigh you down, this one names their cumulative impact. And it also points towards a different possibility. You do not have to disappear in order to stay connected. Protecting your sense of self is not selfish, it is essential. When you begin to re-inhabit yourself, something shifts. Whether the relationship changes or not, you are more present, more anchored, and more alive. And that, quietly and profoundly, changes everything. My name's Juliet Grayson. If you like this, then please leave feedback. https://bit.ly/Juliet Juliet Muses, Muses. Take care. Thank you. Bye.